Hello, my name is Alex Philly. Today I'm going to be talking about using lethal kills versus non-lethal takedowns in games. In early video games such as Doom or Quake, all you could do is shoot other people. But with the stealth genre made popular by the likes of Metal Gear Solid and Thief, it was possible to knock out enemies without killing them. In most modern video games, players are given the choice over what method they use. So why don't we weigh the pros and cons of both methods? Lethal kills are usually the most simple to perform. If there's no silencer on the gun, the kill's likely to be quite noisy. And there's probably going to be a fair amount of blood as well. Non-lethal takedowns on the other hand are usually silent, and most of the time there's no blood left behind. In both of the cases you'll want to hide the body so that no one else finds it. With the lethal kills you've also got the gun noise and the blood stain to deal with, which might attract enemies. On the other hand, if someone finds the unconscious body and wakes the guard up, but with lethal kills you're guaranteed to lower the enemy's numbers. Some games also give you bonus experience or bonus points for using a more stealthy approach. In most games stealth seems to be the hardest option, due to the fact that you have to be fairly close to the opponent, and you also have a limited number of tranquilizer darts. It's really up to the player to see what method suits them best. I usually have a kind of mix. For example, if enemies aren't aware of my presence and enemies are facing the other way, then usually the stealthy approach would work quite well there. And then when the fight breaks out for real, that's when I would probably take the lethal approach. In Mass Effect, if you make the choice of killing someone, then they generally aren't going to come back. Sometimes this could potentially lead to you missing out on something, or that character gets replaced by someone else, but then that also might be interesting for you if you want to see what happens if you choose to kill a semi-main character. For example, in Mass Effect 2 and 3, characters are replaced depending on choices made in the previous games. In games like Hitman or Assassin's Creed, stealth is best if you want to avoid prolonged enemy combat. I think really there's advantages in using both methods, but it really depends on player choice and player preference. It also depends on the game. For example, games like Assassin's Creed and Hitman have more stealth options than games like Skyrim or Fallout, but the option's still there in case someone wants to experiment with a more stealthy approach. So what do you think? Are you more likely to use lethal methods of killing enemies, or would you prefer to take them out non-lethally in video games? Leave a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching the video.